Hello guys, hopefully everyone is fine. In this video, we will be doing the concept of non-inline member functions and inline member functions. Now, in classes, in the previous topics, we have discussed friend function and then we have discussed a simple class and an object. We need to understand what are the concepts of non-inline member functions or member functions. Simple definition says that any function defined inside the class is known as inline member functions. Means in the previous lectures we have created classes and we have created member functions and we have defined them inside the class. They are inline member functions, but any function defined outside the class, any function defined outside the class is non-inline member function. So if any function which is defined outside the class would always be termed as non-inline member function. Let's say I'll take a particular example. I'll just show. We have written class and let's say class name is A. I'm declaring a variable, a data member. This is int A. In public section, I'm taking a particular function void take and I'll just take the value of A and I close this class. And in the main, what I did is I create the object of class A and I'm just writing obj.take. Now over here clearly says, now in this is a complete function actually, and obj.take would mean that I will be calling this function take. Now just check take whether it is defined inside the class or outside the class. Clearly class starts here, class ends here. So this is clearly defined inside the class. By default, it is an inline member function. This is an inline member function. Now, I have to do this similar scenario with non-inline member function. Similar things will happen. It's just some changes we have to do. We have class A. We have again data member small a. In public section, I'm just using a function void take. I'm just declaring it. I'm not defining it here. I'm closing the class. But for non-inline member function, we can define them outside the class. How? The syntax for same is you have to use data type, then class name, scope resolution, function name, and then you can define. This is how it works out. So if I have to define this function take with similar functionality like the previous one, I will write data type of take is void. I'm putting that. Class name is this A. I'll have to put scope resolution, and function name is take. I have to write. So it means I'll write void class name, scope resolution, function name take, and I have to define it. I can write anything for it. I can access A. I can display A. Now, this is closed. Now, similarly, I can access it outside the class using main. How? I'm writing A followed by the object of A. I'm just writing obj.take. Similar things will happen, guys. It's just one change we have done. We have declared this function inside the class, but defined it outside the class. This is actually non-inline member function. But for that, we have a syntax. The syntax is data type, class name, scope resolution, function name. That's how it actually works out. Right? Now, we have done both the scenarios. I'm writing the scenario over here, class A. Then I'm writing int A as well. In public, I'm just declaring this function void take. I'm just declaring it. I'm not defining it. I'm defining it outside the class, void A, scope resolution take, and I'm accessing the value of small a, and I'm obviously displaying the value of small a. In the main, I'm writing object of class A, and I'm just using obj.take. So this is the concept of non-inline member function. But guys, if I use inline keyword, if I'm just using inline keyword over here, inline space void, everything I have written, I'm just using a keyword inline over here. That means that this function is defined inside the class using inline keyword. Non-inline member functions become inline. Now this function is defined inside this class. So it is known as inline member function using inline keyword. So we did three things. Firstly, we defined function inside class that is by default inline member function. We define function outside class that is non-inline member function. And last, not the least, we used inline keyword for non-inline member function. So that also makes the function inline. That's how it works out. If you have any sort of doubt, kindly put it in comment section. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and thank you for all the support.